This is the sheet that comes up when you press the Ask button on the item offer screen. So this button right here that it gets pressed, when you press this button or you tap this button, you are asking for a personalized offer or customized offer from whichever stores that you are that you select in this list. So in this sheet, we show at the top the item that you are asking for an offer from. This content is the name of the product. We will wrap that to a total of a maximum of 5 lines and then truncate it. It's centered on this image. So as you can see, three lines here. It is centered on the center line of this image. And as you grow, it will, the full height of this would be 5 lines. So we'll just make that a maximum of 5 lines and then truncate it after that. Some of these can get very long, but hopefully that should cover pretty much all of them. So if I were to hit the select all, it would toggle on all of these checkboxes. This is the specialized rounded checkbox. And it moves from a select all to a clear all. So if any of these were selected already, this would say clear all, and tapping that would remove all of the checks, and any of them are available. So this list is ordered from least expensive to most expensive. We might want to put some other type of ordering mechanism in there, but I think this is probably the most common one, where they will want to see the cheapest price first. Sometimes there will be stores that will do phishing almost in a sense, where they'll put a super low price. So we might want to kind of weight some of the users more used the stores that they more frequently go to. We might want to weight those a little bit more, but we'll have to see when it comes to the functionality of it. We'll modify that as we go. So this list, this whole entire list here, scrolls in the background behind this footer. This footer is locked to the bottom. We have the standard 64 high spacer here at the bottom to elevate the button to a good location where the thumb or finger is easy to hit. And this is an option with the user. We will have it on by default, but what it basically does is give the stores that you're requesting this from a little bit more information about who you are, the value that you could possibly bring them by giving them your buying history. We will need to determine kind of what this is, but the idea here is that there is no information that can tie this specific user back to the brand, or the store won't be able to figure out who this user is to give them privacy, but the brand would be able to see their buying history, so being able to understand what the lifetime value of this customer could possibly be to give them a good offer. So what happens when you press this button? It is going to fire off a message to each of those brands, those stores that you've selected. That will be the exact same message to each one of them, and we will need to it will be in a template format, basically a canned message to that user or to that brand. So it sends that message, and then you will be expecting, the user could be expecting a message back from from each of those brands or each of those stores, and that would fall into the messages area. Now in the messages area, you will only have one. It'll be like a group text message in a sense. So once I send an offer, send this off to a group of people, well, that's basically creating a group message. within their messages area. So if somebody like let's say 3 reply back, well, that's all going to be contained into one, I believe I call it a room in the messages area, so that we can self-contain it. The title of that room will then be probably something to do along the lines of the product, give a product image, and probably some type of offer request as the title of that room. So we can, that way the user gets back a nice area where it's just each one of the requests that they put out will be contained. So you don't have multiple, so it's not all single messages back to you from each one of these vendors. We'll cover that in more detail in the messages area, but for now, this is the sending off of that. So as soon as I send this, it will then dismiss the sheet and go back to the previous. This is a sheet that comes up over top of the item offers screen. One other thing to take note of is the button. The button will not be active until they make a selection of somebody to send this to. It will be in a disabled state. I'm just going to show the enabled state, but just understand that we don't want them to be able to send anything off or even click on it until we have enough information to send something off to that person or that brand, that store. That is ItemOfferAsk.